Hello everyone, welcome to CGTN live streaming. I'm your reporter today, Ge Yunfei. I'm now at the Hainan Islands Boao, where the World New Energy Vehicle Congress is being held. And all the famous and important scholars, experts, industry insiders, and government officials about the new energy vehicle industry are gathering here discussing the future of the future transportation. And I'm now luckily joined by Mr. Yang Dugura, a French engineer who is now based in Shanghai doing some research about new energy vehicle. Hi, Yang, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, Yunfei. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Yang Dugura. I'm French. I work for Dassault Systèmes. Dassault Systèmes is a company who helps customers to overcome their challenge in the transportation and mobility.
Yeah. Okay.
So we...
Yeah. Today's field, the main theme of... The main theme of today's Congress is about the future, new energy, new future. But before touching upon issues like that, we're going to see some very exciting paintings by the children. Actually, what's their imagination for the future? Like I say, here is a very interesting painting about this child called Lu Yiqing. In his imagination, the future car is like a shark who can swallow the garbage and turn them into energy. Very interesting.
Yeah,
right?
very interesting because, and by the way, unluckily for him, the idea was already taken by a startup.
Yeah. Now there is already a startup doing some research about the recycling of energy and waste.
Yes, a shuttle, autonomous shuttle who will drive people during the day, and during the night they will collect garbage. So yeah, it's interesting.
And we can also see a very interesting painting here, like a flying car.
Flying car.
Flying car.
Or flying taxi.
That some drone company in China is right now developing a manned drone who can fly over the city, like be the future's urban transportation method.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting. Just purely what also some companies like Audi are doing right now. They launched the innovation strategy 2025, and they want to have a flying taxi or a drone-driven car.
Oh, drone-driven car. A very interesting concept.
Yeah.
But enough about the paintings of the imagination of the children. Now let's go to see some reality, some real cars of some cutting-edge new energy vehicles developed by Chinese companies. So, Yang, do you have your own new energy vehicle?
No, we don't. We have we don't have a physical car, but we have a virtual car.
I mean, do you yourself? Do
I have own? No. I don't own any car.
Why don't you buy one?
Because of many of other citizens in big cities, we have a problem with parking, traffic, congestion during rush hour.
But in the future, if you're going to buy a car for your family, electric car or the traditional gasoline car, which one will you prefer?
I would prefer a new energy car, of course.
New energy car. Yeah. Why that?
Because
okay. Let's go to that stand. Okay. Let's say this booth belongs to the Chang'an energy vehicle, which is a very big automaker in China. It is now shifting their emphasis on making cars to the new energy side. Okay. Yeah. And this one is an SUV, right?
SUV, yeah.
So tell us what's your research about in the new energy vehicle?
Actually, what we do at the Dassault Systèmes, we help customers to engineer, to shorten their time to market, and to have a better idea of what the experience of the end consumer could have with the car. We don't really produce any
But you can
car.
see the design of this car. It's much better than the old stereotype of Chinese-made cars, right? Like in 20 or 10 years ago, Chinese cars are the
copy?
similar with cheap, bad quality. But
Yeah.
now you can see this car is very nice looking. It's very beautiful. Now let's find some salesmen to introduce us about this car.
I totally agree with you.
你好。
Some years ago, Chinese model, Chinese car was a copycat of what we can see in Europe, but now they can innovate and have a better styling, I would say. And if you take a look at the dashboard inside, the screen is larger, whereas sometimes for German companies, it's smaller. So I would say China is leading the way. And they can innovate. And I think in China they.
Hi. Let's take a look.
Okay, sorry.
Let's take a look at this car. Hi. What's your name? 你名字是？
我叫江克文。
江克文，好。Mr. Jiang, please introduce this car. What are the features of this new EV car? 它的特点是什么？比如它能够续航里程啊、电池啊，都说一下。
这款是我们新开发的一款纯电动车，移动 EV 520，它的续航能达到 NEDC 工况下有521千米。
521千米。So the longest distance this car can drive is about 512 kilometers. But under which speed? 在什么速度下？
NEDC 工况嘛，它是一个标准的工况。
With average speed of 60 kilometers per hour. 60公里。Oh, okay. Okay, so can you speak English?
自然翻是吧？
Okay. So what are the other features of this car? 它另外还有什么特点吗？
它这个加速性很强，百公里加速只有7.9秒。
7.9秒。
它那个3合1的一个动力构型最大功率能达到150千瓦。
So it only takes 7.9 seconds to accelerate this car to 100 kilometers per hour. Right. So 我们打开看一下。Okay. Let's take a look inside. Okay, sure. It looks like a normal, traditional gasoline car, but it has some flat screen, touch screen. So can we start the engine? 找钥匙 I'm still looking for. What's the price of this car? 价钱？
贴之后是在13万多。13万多。但是这款还没上市，这是520，我们现在上市的是1.46的。
After the government, after receiving the government subsidy and incentives, the consumer only need to purchase this car at the price of 130,000 RMB. That's about $220,000. 启动一下看看。这可以点了吗？ Can we touch this? Okay, let's take a look inside at the screen. Does this car have any intelligent features? 只有一些智能的互动功能。
比如说这个导航是三指飞行互动，你比如说现在3指滑下之后，导航到那个这样开的话。
Let's do it again. It's very fascinating. Let's do it again. 就再做一遍看看。So you only need to take either 3 of your fingers and swipe like that. And the map goes here. See? It's very convenient for the drivers. You don't need to look away to your side. Okay. Any other?
还有指令巡航，指令巡航，比如说你正开的时候，点这个按键之后，这个方向盘你是转方向，踩油门也都是差不多，它会根据你这个车里前边车辆的距离还有速度来调整这个。
It's like part of autonomous driving feature. If you set the car.
I use IC, I mean internal combustion
But right
engine.
now we know that the battery issue is always a problem for the electric cars. Like recently, car makers like Tesla and China's car maker, new energy car maker, NIO.
Yeah, I have some
They
recall.
both have some cars self-burning, right?
Yeah.
So that raises a very serious issue about the safety of the batteries of the electric cars. Do you think it is safe right now, safe enough for the consumers?
I would say it's still important to improve our progress in that area, and that's what that is what we our customers to
90 yuan, 90,000 yuan.
90,000. Oh.
About $15,000, right?
Okay,
But $15,000 for this car maybe is too much for me. What do you think?
For me, it's a normal price, I would say, for this kind of car.
So talking about, we've seen this car, and right now,
But
China is going through an EV boom. Lots of car makers, lots of automakers, and lots of provinces are encouraging local enterprises to enter into the auto industry, trying to squeeze themselves into this big opportunity. So how do you think about this new energy vehicle boom in China?
I would say China, like I said earlier, China is leading the way in terms of new EV. Globally, there is not a lot of countries who incentives or motivates car makers to go into new energy vehicles. There are a lot of I would say consumer.
But we know that Chinese President Xi Jinping sent a congratulatory letter to the opening of the Congress this morning, and you were there attending the big opening ceremony, right? So what's your biggest impression of this Congress?
My biggest impression is China is the biggest player on earth. You see 2 million new EV, more than 2 million new EV cars sold.
Yes, that series of figure also strikes me. Right now, the whole world has inventory of over 2 million new energy vehicles. China has over 1,026,000.
Exactly. It's a huge
over
part.
Half of the world's NEVs are in China. Right?
Exactly.
So let's go.
For many investors, foreigners investors, it's a huge opportunity.
你好，能给我们介绍一下吗？你好，我们是 CGTN 的记者，中国国际电台当时的。如果方便的话，我转到我们这边。可以啊，可以啊，好。We'll find his executive officer to answer our questions. I think this company is doing hydrogen power system, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
你好。然后可以简单给我们介绍一下吧。So, what's this power system? 这个动力系统。
Okay, 我知道。This is a kind of fuel cell power engine. So it is mainly powered by hydrogen. So the fuel cell is kind of device that can convert the energy in the hydrogen energy into the electricity and heat. Then use the electricity to power the motor to power the vehicle.
So what's the difference between hydrogen power system and the electric cars?
So actually, the hydrogen is kind of it is an energy to convert. It's kind of an energy conversion device. And for the traditional engine, it's kind of how to say burning the oil and then turn it to be the heat, then power the engine. So it's difference.
Or simply speaking, hydrogen is boiled in water.
No. It's a kind of not boiling the water. Do not consider as a boiling. It's kind of to convert the energy by electric chemical method, 电化学反应，是能量转换装置 kind of energy conversion.
Energy conversion.
Yeah.
Is this system mature enough for the marketization?
Yeah, I think so, because currently, especially for Shanghai High-Tech, it has already launched a lot of real application in China, especially for a lot of demonstration and the application in the bus, in the logistic vehicle, and so on.
So do you have any real customers right now?
Of course, most of the fuel cell, the China fuel cell market is Standard High-Tech. So we have a huge, the #1 market share in China.
#1 market share in China. So basically speaking, most of the
OEMs.
hydrogen systems used by the buses, urban buses, are provided by your company.
Yes. And one more thing is, Standard Fuel Cell is this one is produced by the Standard Fuel Cell. Standard Fuel Cell is a company that produces the fuel cell stack, PEM fuel cell stack that is installed into the fuel cell engine. It's the core component of fuel cell engine. Yeah, and this is produced by. This is mainly made by Chinese company. We have the own IPs developed by China. This company started for 20 years.
So we may say that your technology is leading the world right now.
I cannot say leading the world, but I can say we are leading in China.
So how do you compare yourself to your foreign counterparts?
Compare with the foreign counterpart, I think we, in some kind of parameters, we are better than them. But of course, in some other aspects, we do have some. We still need some preparation, or still need further development. So, it's we are almost the same.
You're very impressive. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tell us again, what's your company mainly doing right now?
We offer our customers to transform themselves so they can gain competitive advantage. And
So
yeah.
you're doing the batteries?
No, we can provide them some solutions to model and simulate battery behavior at different levels.
So you're providing a solution.
Solutions, exactly.
Do you have any customers in China out of many or the famous automakers?
Many of them are actually some customers. BYD is one of our
BYD
customers.
yeah.
For they were interested in our solution Biovia to model and simulate molecular behavior for their batteries.
Yeah.
SIC,
SIC.
Maxus, and with Maxus they want to crowdsource innovation.
Yeah.
So they want to draw innovation from the market, and then try to make a business around their innovation.
Okay, thank you very much.
And
Let's
also
go-
Shangyan, Audi.
Let's go to a new. There are many so-called new rising forces in car manufacturing in China, and on that end there is one called WM, Whitemeister. which
Exactly.
is in Germany, it means the world champion.
Oh, okay.
It stands for the ambition of the Chinese new car manufacturers to represent the new image of China's car industry.
I know Weltmeister because they are also our customers.
So basically, most of the companies here are your customers.
Almost, yeah. Dongfeng, Weltmeister, Arcos should be Beijing Auto, and Audi also.
介绍一下这个车，介绍一下这个车。介绍一下，拍摄。那我要找他们的徐总现在能来吗？
Right.
This is Arcfox by Beijing Automobile.
Yeah, Beijing Auto.
It's one of their latest high-end brand.
Exactly.
You can see right now there is a trend that Chinese automakers are trying to take the middle and high-end market instead of the low-end chip market.
Yeah, you're right. And by the way, I would like to add that 5 years ago, in this market, we only saw traditional OEMs, and now we have many new players. We have new players, new startups. We have Byton, we have Arcfox, we have Weltmeister, and those companies, they don't want to wait 5 to 6 years before seeing their concept car on the market, they want to go faster. They want to, and
Okay, take a look inside. Look at the interior designs. How do you evaluate their interior designs?
just amazing. I like the dashboard. I like the lines. It's aggressive. It's bold. Everything is perfect. I would buy one. I would buy one for my family.
So you're now based in Shanghai.
Yeah, based in Shanghai, exactly. For 1 year now.
Let's take a look at this SUV. It's very futuristic design.
Yeah, exactly.
So how to open the door?
I don't know. Maybe you may have
好，问一
some.
下这个门是怎么开的 ？How to open the door? 指纹解锁。They should use your fingerprint to unlock the door. 我们问一下这个是怎么开门的呢？
这个开门的话是充了电以后，然后按这里，
还没有通电是吧？
对，现在没有充电。
If you want to open the door, you can press your button, press your finger here. You can recognize your fingerprint. But now it hasn't been electrified, so we cannot open the door. But we can also still can take a look inside. You can see the wheels. Pretty much like F1 racing cars, right?
Futuristic, you know. Even yeah, I don't know why there is a steering wheel, by the way.
You can still see the BMW and Audi are
Yeah.
showcasing their latest models here. But it seems like the foreign car makers are lagging behind their Chinese counterpart in the car industry, in the car market right now, right?
I would say German companies, they are more conservative. They want to keep their standards, but still, they have a competitive advantage. The driver can have a different user experience. For example, I don't want to say bad things about Weltmeister, but the noise and the vibration in the car,
Yeah. I think
it's not the same
this is
as
their
those
latest
kind of
model of
cars.
electric cars. A very special design of the second trunk.
Yeah, this one is definitely made for women and can meet their needs. I think it's for women. I would.
So, 这个能开吗？
There's no marketing manager.
能给我们介绍一下这个车吗？我不会说英语。没事，你就说中文，我帮你翻译就可以。This is BMW i3 model, a pure electric car.
对，然后这一款车目前它的续航可以做到
340公里。So the longest distance this car can drive is about 340 kilometers, but it has a special function of quick recharging. 它能够快充时间是多少呢？
然后0到80就80%，以13分钟。
13分钟。It takes 40 minutes to fully charge the car. She just told me this design, the inspiration of this design comes from the future imagination. It comes from the blueprint. And what's the price of this car? 价钱是多少？
这款的售价
33.9800。The renminbi price of this car is 330,000 renminbi. 换算成美元应该是about $60,000. A very expensive car, but it's BMW. It's worth it. Thank you very much.
那另外一个关键词就这一款车整个内饰做的特别环保，所有的
That's very
环保材料做的，然后包括这个旁边
all of the materials are made of environmental friendly
然后这
materials.
是可以触碰的，都是用橄榄油自然生的。车窗里面你是没有任何味道的，闻不到的，而且所有东西都是可以回收的。
All those materials can be recycled. They're all environmental friendly. a good car for the environmentalist.
我觉得这一款车它安全性这一块也做得很好，它整个的框架部分用的是碳纤维出身，然后这个飞起来
It's carbon fiber here, so the whole car will be very light.
轻量化做得很好，对，然后又对它买这种设计，三条设计特别好，然后视线又
Very good for the family. 谢谢。
Yunfei, I don't know if you paid attention to the concept car there.
Yeah, iNext.
The iNext,
Yeah.
very awesome. I saw the car in the Shanghai Auto Show
Yeah.
2 months ago. It was really awesome. But there, I'm surprised. It's not here.
Yeah, it's not,
Not here.
But-
And I would say it would have been a good opportunity to showcase this concept car
Okay,
as well.
let's go to the other stand. So, after saying all this and this, what's your conclusion? What's your imagination for the future? Not for the future, for the near future, for foreseeable future in the next 5 years. What will Chinese car market will be?
I would say the market is ongoing, is developing, but a few players will remain. Because you see, there's a lot of players, and
There are
a few will survive.
netizens commenting on our live streaming, hoping to get some answers.
Okay.
Let's just take a look.
And if they want to survive, I would say they have to consider many different aspects. And
So, what's your dream NEV car?
I would say a car that is cheap, of course, because but now, the battery are really expensive. It accounts for a huge part of the cost of the car. So I think I would love a car which is convenient with which will suit my needs. I mean, I don't drive a lot, so I will need maybe 300 kilometers range per day. Not
Now we're
expensive.
going to the last part of our live streaming. We're going to see some autonomous driving. BYD and lots of other Chinese car makers are developing their own autonomous driving
Yeah,
cars,
exactly.
driverless cars. So,
And this
how
is
do you think of the autonomous driving? Do you think that can be achieved in the next 5 years? Maybe that's too soon?
no, in the next 5 years, it could be achievable, but the car makers, they will have to have a different approach, because when it's not purely about mechanical nowadays, it involves electronics and software.
Yeah.
And usually in this kind of company, they work
But-
by different
Suddenly
style.
a question came to me that, in China, if you buy an electric car, you will get a lot of subsidies from the government. But in Europe, do you have some similar subsidy policies?
We do have some subsidies, but it's fewer. I would say.
fewer.
Yeah, fewer. But in China, they want to withdraw these policies, subsidies policies.
This is L4 level autonomous driving car. We know that most of the autonomous driving used by the car makers right now is L2 or L3, partially autonomous. Like Tesla's autopilot is only level 2 autonomous driving,
Yeah.
I think. But this one
L4.
achieves L4.
Wow, that's impressive. Most of our customers are around L2, L3,
Yeah, L2,
in between.
L3.
Yeah, but L4 is.
Just 2 days ago, Baidu was granted with the first L4 driving license in Beijing.
Okay.
And that may be a milestone in China's auto driving market. This is one of the laser radar. This one called RoboSense.
Yeah.
Companies from Shenzhen. I interviewed them once.
All right.
Yeah. So. Okay. Right now, the majority of the autonomous driving in the LiDAR market belongs to a company called Valentine, based in the US. I believe you know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. But now this company from Shenzhen is trying to get more market share.
Yeah.
They're same quality, but cheaper price. Okay. So after 30 minutes of live streaming, do you have something to say to our audience?
I would say that China is leading the way. I heard that there was a typhoon coming,
Yeah.
and I hope this typhoon will blow the wind of change to set up sustainability at the core of the innovation, and show what we are doing here in China, and show the path, the way to other countries.
Yeah, just like the rain, it comes and go. And in the development of the NEV cars, there are some setbacks and there are some successes. But in the future, I believe that with all the strong support of the Chinese government, the Chinese NEV market will be one of the strongest in the world, one of the most pioneering in the world. Okay. Thank you for watching CGTN's live streaming. Please stay tuned on CGTN app, our Facebook account, and our Weibo account, and many other platforms. Please stay tuned. We still have many other exciting live streamings later. Please stay tuned. Back to you.